The Stoic secret to never suffering again, over what you can't control. Have you ever stopped to think about how much time and energy you waste worrying about things you can't change? Other people's opinions, the past, people's behavior, traffic, the weather. If any of this has ever caused you anxiety, frustration, or anger, you need to hear this. The Stoic philosophers discovered a powerful principle that can free your mind from unnecessary suffering. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how to apply this secret to your life today. Stay until the end, because this could completely change the way you handle problems. Let's go. The big mistake that makes you suffer unnecessarily. Imagine a man who steps into a puddle of mud as he leaves his house. He gets furious, complains, swears. His day is ruined. Now, imagine another man who steps into the same puddle, looks at his dirty shoe, and just moves on. What changed? The event happened, but the reaction was different. The first man held on to suffering. The second accepted it and moved forward. The most common mistake people make is resisting reality and fighting against the uncontrollable. The Stoics understood that suffering doesn't come from what happens, but from our interpretation of what happens. And there's a method to fix this. The Stoic Rule of Control: what depends on you and what doesn't. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, taught something simple yet life-changing. Some things are within our control, others are not. But most people live as if they could control everything. So, what is outside your control? Other people's opinions, the past and the future, other people's behavior. And what is within your control? Your choices, your reactions, your mental state. The key to Stoicism is simple. Focus your energy only on what you can control. But how do you do this in practice? The Stoic method to shield your mind from suffering. The Stoics used an exercise called the Dichotomy of Control. It works like this. Whenever something bothers you, ask yourself, is this within my control? If yes, take action. If no, accept it and move on. It sounds simple, but most people refuse to accept what they can't change. And that's why they suffer. Train your mind to let go of what is beyond your reach. This will bring you a peace that few people ever experience. Now, how can you apply this in your daily life? How to apply this in real life and stop being a slave to your emotions. Here are 3 steps to incorporate this Stoic principle. Practice the pause moment. Before reacting to something irritating, stop and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Write down what bothers you. Putting your problems on paper helps you see if they're really your responsibility. Use Marcus Aurelius's golden phrase, if it's out of my control, it's not my problem. If you practice this daily, you'll notice something incredible. You'll stop being a slave to your emotions. But there's one last Stoic secret that can free you from suffering once and for all. The power of Stoic indifference. Free yourself from suffering. Now, the Stoics didn't just accept reality. They were indifferent to what didn't matter. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." This means that most of the time, suffering doesn't come from the problem itself, but from the importance we give it. If you learn to be indifferent to what you can't change, your mind will become an unshakable shield. And now comes the final question. Would you rather keep suffering over the uncontrollable or take full control of your own mind? Conclusion. If you've made it this far, you've already taken a big step. Now, tell me in the comments, What situation do you need to learn to let go of? And if this video resonated with you, like it and subscribe to the channel. Because Stoicism can transform your life, if you're ready to apply it. See you in the next video.